Good morning to all of you. On behalf of management, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, and faculty, Department of Mathematics, I extend a warm welcome to all the resource persons and participants. Department of Mathematics is currently running 5 programs. 2 are integrated. One is integrated mathematics and another one is integrated data science. And 3 PG programs. It is one is MSc Mathematics, one is MSc Applied Statistics and Data Analytics. Another one is right from this academic year we have introduced one flagship program, that is MSc in Data Science with Logistics and Supply Chain Management. So these added programs, particularly integrated data science, applied statistics and data analytics, and these logistic programs often motivate us to go for or expedite various events, like workshops, seminars, and even conferences. That's what we had earlier. And this is unique one that the summer school, for the first time, we are having it today. So I am so happy, and really I'm so happy to congratulate Dr. Somasundaram and this team in advance for a successful conduct of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now start the first session. Professor Venkatesh maybe introduce about the ACM, and then we'll go ahead on that.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to ACM India Summer School. Since it's an ACM program, I thought I'll start with saying a little bit about ACM and ACM India. So how many people have heard of ACM? Okay, many of you. How many people are members of ACM? Wow, okay. Yeah, it so happens that I'm also the president of the ACM India Council. ACM is the world's largest association of computer science professionals. Among other things, it awards, for example, the Turing Award. This is a Nobel Prize in Computing. This is awarded by ACM. ACM has also a number of nearly about 10-15 awards. ACM India was started in 2010. So this is like 13th year, to focus on India specific activities. And in the last about 5-6 years, the activities really have exploded. I'll give you a sample of some of these activities. You can look at the details of all this in this india.acm.org. And the whole ACM India is managed by a council, elected council, and a whole bunch of committees. So what are the summer winter schools for? This started, I think, about 5-6 years ago. This is basically we get people highly motivated, typically senior undergrad students, and to expose them to high quality researchers and advanced research happening in the country, in the world, and to also to share the excitement of research career. And the first bullet point is also important, to inculcate problem solving. So that's why we pay a lot of importance to the tutorials, and we'll do an introduction to find out where all you're coming from. Different institutions have different level of problem solving in their courses. So you will see there's a lot of emphasis on, even the whole lectures will be all about problems and solving problems, and that will be replicated also in the tutorial sessions. So here are some samples of summer schools. You can see a lot about them in the website. So for example, just something that got over, algorithmic techniques in computational biology this year, and this whole, typically these schools are in a variety of trending topics. And every offering, there is a school exclusively for women. Good to see some decent proportion of women. So so that's what summer schools are about. Let me just also highlight some of the other possibly relevant activity for you. So ACM also has a number of about 200 odd chapters. So if you don't have a chapter in your college, maybe you should convince your faculty members. You have but the participants, I don't know, they're from different places. It's good to have some chapter and we have what is called an eminent speaker program. So there is a list of eminent speakers in the website. You will see spanning academics and industry professionals. So you can, for example, call them to give a talk in your chapter activities, and ACM India will take care of all the expenses. Typically, chapters run hackathons, programming contests, and recently we also introduced awards for good, best performing chapters, best website, emerging chapter, etc. I realize there are some PhD students here, so there's a lot of activities for PhD students. There is something called PhD clinic. This is like really this medical clinic. Typically in many institutions, India has a variety of institutions. You may be a lone PhD student getting lost in your work. You may not understand why your papers are not getting accepted. You don't know whether you are going in the right direction. So PhD clinic is a facility by which there are about 20-30 mentors willing to mentor you. So you can opt to have a one-on-one session with a mentor. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be an ACM member. You can be a PhD student anywhere. You just have to send a mail to this mail address in the website. And then they will connect you with the mentor, and you spend an hour session with the mentor asking all kinds of questions. Not necessarily in your research problem. It could be about, how do I succeed in research, to what are the kind of careers, to how do I get my papers accepted, how do I read a paper, how do I give a talk. All kinds of questions you can ask and with the mentor, and if necessary, you can have multiple clinics with possibly different mentors if you like. There is something called Anveshan Setu, which is an extension of PhD clinic. Thereby, some of the selected PhD students are given funding to go and visit institutes, tier 1 institutes, and spend 2 to 3 weeks with some mentors. ACM also has a travel grant to support students to go to international conferences, and there is also an annual Best Doctoral Dissertation Award given by ACM. There is an academic research and careers for students. It's a conference. It's a 2-day conference where you have PhD student presentations, panel discussions, early career researcher talks, research student centric panel discussions, typically about funding, relationship, various other things. The doctoral dissertation awardee gives talks in this arc, and this is held typically with ACM India annual event, and it's usually in February. This time it's in Bhubaneswar, February 2024. The last one was in Bhopal. So, for example, for the February 2024 event, we already have an acceptance from this year Turing Award winner, Bob Metcalfe, who is one of the founders of Ethernet. Okay, so these are some of the events if you're a PhD student to pay attention to. Maybe this is also a good time to mention. So, from this year onwards, we have a new program by which the best performers in summer and winter schools, through some metric, tutorial sessions, we will identify them, and they are given all paid expenses to attend this ARCS and annual event. Okay, and there are programs for colleges and teachers. We have there is a certificate program in CS education. This is anchored by IIIT Delhi. ACM supports it. This is semester-long lectures and tutorials by expense. It's like this faculty development program, but it's a whole semester long sometimes. There are various models being tried out on various foundational topics. There is a teaching partnership program we have where experts jointly teach courses with the local faculty on specific courses. For example, I think in Amrita Computer Science Networks, there was a faculty from Persistent Systems who jointly taught. So this is different from jointly teaching, where the local teacher is the responsible person for the whole course, but the ACM resource person will mentor the teacher and give a few lectures, and also work with the teacher on the resources and material, problem sheets, assessment, interesting videos or whatever. So there's also Compute, an annual conference devoted to education. And there are interesting faculty development programs. Yeah. ACM represents not just academics, there's a lot of industry professionals also we cater to. So there are a number of programs for industry. So one thing I would say is ACM Industry Mini Graph, which is something between a survey and a monograph, some small booklets on various areas being brought out. ACM also actively looks at, there is an education committee, it brainstorms on policies and maybe even works with the policy developers. There's an annual award for early career researcher, women achiever, best teacher, chapter awards, webinars, eminent speaker program. There's also a program for computing in schools. Okay, so several years ago, computer science in schools was, Excel, Word, and PowerPoint, maybe at best Java or something. But the CS Pathshala is a forum which has actually developed curriculum for computer science in schools, and we have turned the curriculum in computer science in schools to logic and puzzles and combinatorics and graph theory and discrete math, all kinds of things. So this is making an interesting influence on school education. Okay, I think that's all I have on. There is an ACM Women, which is a completely separate committee, and there are a lot of events targeted towards women in computer scientists. Yeah, so you can send me email for any comments, but that's all about, in a nutshell, on ACM. You can look at more details in the website.
Thank you, Professor.